Hello friends, it's me Karthik. Hope you guys are doing really good. So in today's tutorial, we are going to see how we can pass the JSON. So it's very common scenario in lots of projects where you will get that big JSON and you will pass those keys and values and you will try to store that values in DB for later processing. Okay, so in order to do that, it's very important that we pass this JSON. To know how to pass it is a very critical thing, and we are using our org.json in our playlist today. So let me show you the JSON first. Okay, so this is a JSON, guys. This is a to the left it is a big JSON, to the right it came like this. Okay, so if you observe, this is a JSON object. Inside JSON object, I have ensured try to give all the possible things. Like there is a one another JSON object inside that having zip code, city, street as a keys. There's an individual, key value pair is there. Then there is an array of JSONs are there with having the JSON object inside. Okay, again the individual fields here, and if you observe the values as well, there is a boolean value here, there is a string value, there is a integer value, there is a decimal values, big decimal sort of things. So I try to cover, here is an integer again. Okay, so I try to cover all the possible scenarios in order to give the entire things. Okay, so let's get started how I can implement it. So for demo purpose, what I did is I have taken one Java class having this entire string that we have discussed as a JSON object, and converting that string into a JSON object. Now I'm passing into this particular method where the actual actual processing will happen, that we are going to implement it here. Okay, so let's get started step by step. Okay, this step by step is a very important thing. Now I have this JSON object. Let's see what I can do. Okay, so first I have this JSON object, right? So what I will do is I will ensure this JSON object is not null. Okay, the very minimum thing I am going to do here. Then what I will do is, once this JSON object is not null, then I will get all the keys here. Okay, so keys is nothing but, you could see here, keys I have it iterator set. So let me use that. I'll explain what it is going to bring basically. Okay, so while loop, while keys dot has next. So here what I can do is string key is equal to keys dot get uh, sorry, next, yeah, next. And let's try to print the keys first. Okay, let's try to print the key first. Okay, so what I am doing is I'm trying to extract the keys. So basically what it will return is, it will return the first level of keys. Basically that first level means address, role, previous, permanent name, id, phone number, like this, but inside this will not be returned. Okay, so I would like to show you that thing first, because it's not about passing, guys, it's about explaining step by step so that you can able to understand. Okay, here we got something like this, right? Okay, key, oh sorry, not keys, I need to keep key here. Okay, sorry for that. Now let me try to explain it. Okay, so now you could see here what we got is, did we got zip code anywhere here? No. Did we got street? No, because it will return us the first level of keys. Okay, if you see this is the first level basically. Let me put this in notepad place. Okay, select this and language JSON. Okay, so first level things will become something like this. Okay, now in that first level only, let's try to get all the possible values out there. Okay, so for this particular key, what is the value? Okay, so how do I know that? Simply using JSON object dot get of that key. Okay, now I have this value. Now this value, whether it is a string, whether it is an integer, whether it is a boolean, I don't know basically, because here it is a string, this is a boolean, this is, sorry, this is an integer, boolean, string. So it could have multiple possible values, right? So in order to accommodate that, what I will do is I will simply use one more method called you know uh, check format, something like object is nothing but, let's say, obj. I'll take something like this. Okay, now if what I can do is, if obj instance of string, then what I can do is I can simply return this to the upper method, or I can simply print out, or I can save according to my business requirement. As of now, what I am doing is I am going to simply, let's pass one thing, string key, because key is always going to be string, right? So key is key and value is, it's nothing but, now I know it's the instance of that particular string. This object is a, sorry, this object is an instance of string. Now what I need to do is I need to get that value, right? So JSON, let's put one more thing called JSON object here. So what I'll do here is JSON object dot get string of my given key. Okay, now it's time to hook this here. Okay, check the format. Now I have the key in the, then I have uh, object is nothing but JSON object dot get of key, that is my object. Then I have this entire JSON obj. Okay, this is my thing, right? Okay, this public static void. Okay, now what will happen if I do this is, as of now it will check for the strings and it will print. So in my understanding, Pankaj Kumar should come, right? So let's try to show that. In my understanding, because it is a first level, in the first level keys, what are the strings are there? So Pankaj Kumar is a string, right? So key is name and value is Pankaj Kumar. Now you could see this, right? Okay, I think first level keys I can simply remove it here. This printout I can remove. Okay, now similarly what I will do is, if obj instance of boolean, then let me copy this and paste it here. You can use quick, you can use if else, you can use the switch as well in this case. Okay, dot get boolean. Okay, similarly boolean of given key. Now in a similar way, let me put it for integer. Integer is nothing but uh, get integer, means get int. Now put it for try to give it for long, get long, and in a way all the possible values. That's what my suggestion is, because I'm going to reuse this at multiple places, right? So let's keep decimal as well. Decimal. Okay, big decimal we have. Get big decimal. In a way I can use big int and uh, double as well. So it's like a big integer and get big int. If you have such data, you can use it. If you don't have, you can simply vomit that. I am doing it as a generic case here, right? I'm doing it as a generic case. So get double. Okay, now let me try to run this. Then what will happen is, in the first level case, I have this boolean. This will come with this key, and I have id as an integer id with 123 also comes. This is the first level of data, and role as well. Now you could see role developer permanent is a boolean, understood name as a Pankaj Kumar, understood id as an integer, understood fine, cool. So this first level is done. Then what about the second level of information? Okay, let's see, like address. Address is a instance of a JSON object having the again keys and values inside, right? If you see previous is a array, instance of JSON array having keys and values inside, right? So what I will do here is, so this is a format, cool, nice. Now here, before that, let me do one thing, like key instance of JSON object. If it is the instance of JSON object, okay, key, okay, I mean here, like JSON object of dot get of key. If it is an instance of JSON object, what I need to do, again I need to get inside that, again I need to see what are the keys and values available, right? In this case, this is an instance of JSON object having this many keys, right? So in order to repeat this, I'm going to use the recursion method here. Okay, so this recursion is nothing but I'm going to call the exact method with JSON ob dot get of this particular key. Okay, so with this what happens is, 1 minute. Okay, here I need to typecast this to JSON object, I believe. Mm-hmm. 1 minute. Here JSON object of get of key. This is one. Okay, this is nothing but obj object. Okay, this is a object. This particular object, okay, I need to typecast this to the JSON object, right? So pass JSON of, let me typecast it like this here, of, oh, I can use, or I can use this guy only directly. This I can remove. Okay, now let's see, let's run this. This is interesting basically. Okay, now if I run this, what will happen? Yeah, yeah, now if you see here, uh, here I have the zip code, city and street. You could see zip code I got, city I got, street I got. Okay, because what happened is this is a instance of JSON object. This address is an instance of JSON object. Then what I did again, I called this method, that is a recursive method. So all the values will be here in the form of JSON. Here they, what I am doing is I'm extracting the keys here. Keys I'm extracting as a first level key. So code, city, street will come. Code, city, street will come. It will come here. Again, it will check for that particular condition, if condition, like is zip code is an instance of JSON object? No. Then it will go to the check format, and inside the check format it will check whether the instance of this or not. Then some condition will match, then it will come here. What I am doing is this primitive conditions I am trying to keep it as a method, a separate method, so that I can reuse basically. Okay, then this is completed. Now it's a time for another big deal, that is the JSON array. How to deal such case? So if JSON OB of get key instance of if it is an instance of JSON array, what you need to do is first you need to you know this is nothing but an instance of this particular JSON array, right? Now this is, let me get that particular object here, key. Okay, so this is, let's say, object of JSON obj. Okay, if this again, if this is a again this obj, JSON obj is an instance of JSON object or not, we need to check. That's the first thing we need to do. Okay, that's the first thing we need to do. Okay, so that means here I am getting into the previous, inside the previous again I am checking whether it is a instance of JSON object or not. If it is yes, then again I need to use the recursive method. In this case it is not a recursive method logic, right? That's what I am trying to do here. Okay, okay, so here I can simply remove this. JSON object is an instance of this or not. Okay, if it is yes, cool. No means I can check for the format, right? So instance of JSON object, if it is JSON array, and if it is a format, then I can simply keep over here. Okay, now let's try to print this guy. Now with my understanding, 1 minute, I think something is missing. Wait a minute, 1 minute. Here this one, JSON OB of inside this JSON, right? JSON object inside the JSON array. Here I am. Okay, here I need to get these values, right? I need to see whether those came or not. Years and name. No, right? That means this method is being called properly only, but I need to pass on this particular value, not the other way around. Okay, now I should get these things. Okay, Okay, now you could see I uh, 1 minute. This is a JSON object, but the thing here is I need to apply the for loop basically in order to iterate over it, right? Okay, int, let's say I is equal to 0, I less than JSON array length. 1 minute is an instance of JSON array. Here I got, this is nothing but my 1 minute. Yeah, this is an instance of JSON array, right? So JSON array is nothing but, so let's say JSON array of, this will be my value. I think we are almost there. Just need to typecast this. On this particular field I need to apply the for loop, isn't it? Let's put that for loop here, like int I is equal to 0, I less than JSON array dot length and I plus plus. Okay, on this particular thing, now I have these methods. Let's pull them here. Okay, so here it is getting closed, where this is getting closed, here it is getting closed. Good. Okay, this is closing here. Okay, nice. So this is nothing but a null check. I'm just writing down so that I can understand better. No, while loop end, this is nothing but my JSON array end. JSON array end. Okay, now after the end of JSON array I need to have this as well. Okay, now here I have this, right? Simply use JSON array of that particular key, get index of that I. Okay, in this, how I can check it is an instance of JSON object, then pass it. If not, check for all the possible values. Then this is my for loop, uh, and this is my if. Okay, I think I'm using 2 times here. This is my for loop, and I don't need this statement again because anyway I'm checking over there. Inside for loop I'm checking, right? Cool. Then this is my if statement. Then if it is not instance of JSON array, if it is not instance of JSON object, check for all the possible values. Now let me check this. It is little complicated, guys. That's how the scenario is. You need to understand different values. Now you could see here we got the name, AVF, years 3. Those are nothing but this only. Years 3, name, AVF. This is the previous company details, right? Cool. Now anything else we are missing? Okay, nice. 1 minute. Inside this JSON array, I'm checking for instance of JSON object. If it is not the instance of the JSON object, it will go and okay, okay, because I don't see one thing is missing here. Everything came, but I don't see the phone numbers basically. That's why I am looking into this. Okay, so where is that phone number? The JSON array for this. Okay, let me put one thing here. Let me put one debug statement over here. I would recommend to use a debug statement. just put one log statement here, start off, and let's keep a log here. Now I can debug and I can do it accordingly, but this is a way, guys, this is a standard way of doing, according to your situation. You need to understand that it's a zip code. We got zip code is nothing but this guy. Okay, so I can simply resume it, and city I can, next it came here for the city. Okay, next it will come for the street is this. Okay, so inside address, first level is done, then address, role, developer, then previous is nothing but this. Okay, it will check again name and years. Cool, previous is done, name, years. Okay, permanent name. Now ID. Okay, this is where I wanted basically. Okay, phone numbers. Okay, we got the keys as phone numbers. Now let's see where we are at. Okay, so we got basically two. In JSON array I got two values inside this phone number thing, right? Cool. Now it will check whether is an instance of JSON object. No, it will come here. Now it is checking whether is the instance of false, 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 false. Okay, so there is some format that I am missing here. If I can add that, I can get this. Okay, so what is that format I'm missing? Okay, string, boolean, integer, long, decimal, uh, double. uh, what is that format I'm missing over here for this? This is could be a long, right? No, double, big decimal. Okay, is there anything else? Is there obj instance of big, big integer, big decimal? No. Double, long, but this is a way, guys. Okay, most of the time said if it is such a big, they will do is they will put this as part of string and they will send. This is the most common way, but for the slight bigger version I have did that. I need to do little bit of thing here. Okay, let me check for the versions. I think in previously I have did this local version, show the version, instance of, no, this. I did today morning only. That's why I am checking. But I hope it's Uh, wait a minute. Here instance of big integer, JSON array, big decimal, double, integer, long. I am using everything, right? Integer, long, double, big decimal, big integer. I'm using everything here. Big integer, big decimal, long, double. Yeah, I think it will come. Not a big deal. You just need to understand where it is going at the last moment. Yeah, this is the process, guys. This is the entire process. Hope it's useful and informative.